Coming up on the news at Rider, the college Democrats and Republicans debate. Students went looking for a potential job at the career fair, and pet therapy. Welcome to the news at Rider. I'm Kelly Dixon. With Election Day this Tuesday, the Rider Institute of New Jersey Politics held a debate between the college Republicans and the college Democrats. Sean Rainey attended the event and has more.
Swigert Auditorium hosted the long-anticipated debate between the college Democrats and college Republicans. Nicholas Balsey moderated the event between college Democrats Charles Burnt and Jamie Papapetros and college Republican Kyle Battaglia. The panel discussed about what to do with New Jersey's problem of property taxes.
Right, currently New Jersey is in dire financial straits. We have a $33.75 billion debt that has been amassed over the years. And if you take a look at why we're in part of the reason why we're in the shape that we're in today is if you go back to when Thomas Kean Sr. was the governor, or when Christy Todd Whitman was the governor under Republican leadership. They cut taxes so much, and when you cut taxes, that's great, and you want to do that if you can, then you have to find a reason to pay for those tax cuts. And the debt has just amassed from those tax cuts. And today, New Jerseyans are rightfully upset with the government about property tax relief, and we need to do more.
Well, the Democrats want to continually talk about the past and want to talk about the future. They don't want to talk about the here and now. The fact of the matter is, we have a $33.5 billion deficit, or debt accrued. The Democrats raised the sales tax 1 percentage point to 7%. To pay for property tax relief. Why would you raise taxes to pay for property tax relief? Cut the sales tax. That would be our first priority.
Following the debate, Jamie Papapetros of the college Democrats elaborated to me more on the topic of property taxes.
The reason I brought up Tom Kean Sr. and Christy Todd Whitman, both former Republican governors, was because the tax cuts that they gave during their administration in time, they gave the tax cuts but didn't decide how they were going to pay for those tax cuts. It's one thing to offer tax cuts to the wealthy and rich, but then you have to figure out how you're going to pay for it. And part of the reason we're facing the $33 billion debt that New Jersey has is because these tax cuts were given and there was no way of figuring out how to pay for them. And now we're having to choose between, do we cut services? We're going to have to redo the school aid forward formula. We have to be able to resolve the issues that even though they were 20 years ago when Tom Kean Sr. was governor, or when, as little as Christy Todd Whitman came in 1994, so when she came in about 10 years ago, we're still resolving the issues. The fiscal integrity that they had and didn't use when they were deciding to give tax cuts, we now have to mitigate the damage done by them for the future.
I spoke with Jonathan Shebra after the debate for his reaction to the property tax discussion.
Property taxes are obviously a huge issue. It's a big problem in New Jersey, and there has to be a balance struck. Obviously, you can't just cut taxes. The money has to come from somewhere. And really, I think that in the end, the only solution is going to come from both sides coming together.
From the Swigert Auditorium, this has been Sean Rainey, Channel 20, News at Rider.
Daly's Dining Hall hosted Waxed Hands this past Tuesday. Nicole Lawrence was there to see this popular event.
Wax Hands is a Halloween tradition that took place on Tuesday at Daly's. Everyone was lined up with different items like flowers and poker chips to put in their hands for the wax mold they were going to make. I got the chance to talk to the SEC member running the event, a Wax Hands engineer, and a student who got her very own wax hand.
The event is Wax Hands. I decided to do it because we did it last year, so we're kind of going to make it a Halloween tradition every year at Rider. And it was a really good turnout last year, so that's why we decided to do it again.
Okay, the process of Wax Hands, you put your hand in a bucket of ice for about 40 to 45 seconds just to numb it. It numbs the hand numbs the hand. Put lotion on the hand to lubricate it so that the wax comes off easily. That's what the lotion is for. And then you dip it in the wax. You do the wax first, then you do the color, and then I take it off with the fish thing.
At first it's really cold because they put your hand in a bucket of ice and eventually you can't feel it, and then they tell you to wipe your hand off and you really can't feel yourself touching it. I took a rose, then they stuck it into the wax, and that was relieving because your hand was no longer cold. And it actually started burning when he took it out of the wax, depending on how long the wax was on my hand. But they dipped me 12 times, my hand into the wax. And Then I got colored. I chose my color, and they took it off, and it was fun. So.
This has been Nicole Lawrence reporting for Channel 20 News at Rider.
Stay tuned to the News at Rider for any upcoming Wax Hands events. Career Services hosted a career fair on the Lawrenceville campus this Thursday. Gina Grasso attended the career fair and has the story.
Rider University hosted a career day this past Thursday in the Kavala Room. This event gave Rider students the opportunity to pass their resumes to a choice of 79 different employers.
I find it really beneficial because I'm looking for a co-op next semester. So by doing that, it really makes it a lot easier to be able to talk to someone face-to-face instead of having to go through websites and do your own research and things like that. It pretty much concentrates everything in the one general location.
I'm liking it a lot. Like Anthony said before, it's really great to just go and meet up with someone face-to-face instead of going through like websites or just trying to call up a company and trying to get connections through that way. It's just really great to have someone face-to-face.
Rider students seem to have only one complaint regarding this event.
It's really good for business. I'd say anybody who runs business, marketing, advertising, things like that. But if it's not communications, then you're okay. But if it is communications that you're looking for, you're in trouble.
Overall, the career fair seemed to be a success.
I think it was great. I think you had a great turnout. I think there's a lot of interested parties here. I think that the kids are very interested in working. I think that they want to know a lot about what the future is going to bring them.
Rider University will be hosting another career fair this upcoming spring. This has been Gina Grasso reporting for Channel 20 News at Rider.
Coming up this weekend at Rider, from 7 to 9 on Friday evening, the BLC Theater will be crowning the new Cranberry King and Queen. This event starts off Family Weekend on the Lawrenceville campus. At 9 p.m., the Starbucks Live Music Series will be playing in the SRC lobby. Admission is free and students get to listen to great music. The SEC Movie of the Week will be Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. The movie will be playing at 9:30 in the BLC Theater. International Bronc Bingo will be held at Daly's on Friday evening. This is the third Bronc Bingo of the year. Bingo will be open to all students and family members who are here for Family Weekend. On Saturday, Family Weekend festivities will continue, starting with the Bronc Band performing for the families outside of the SRC from 9 to 10 in the morning. At 11 in the morning, the BLC Theater will be host to the Andrew J. Rider Scholars, who will be honored for their academic achievements. From 1 to 3 in the afternoon, the Dads will be performing in the front of Kiambali Hall. The Dads are a rock and roll band playing a diversity of music that spans from the 50s to the present. The pub will be hosting Brown Water at 5 to 8 in the evening. The families and students are encouraged to come and share their artistic and literary talents on this open mic night. Family Weekend concludes on Sunday morning with a jazz brunch from 11 to 2 in Daly's Dining Hall. A walk to benefit autism research took place last Sunday, October 21st. Nicholas Balassi reports.
Hundreds of volunteers gathered at Mercer County Community College, united in one cause: autism research. The walk was part of a campaign to raise millions of dollars to benefit the search for an autism cure. The National Alliance for Autism Research merged with Autism Speaks in 2005. Earlier this year, the two merged together with Cure Autism Now. This group, who sponsored the walk, is currently the largest advocacy group for autism research. Christine Bachter, who has 2 children with autism, is one of the organizers of the event. She says just 6 years ago, people weren't talking about autism.
People didn't know what it was. If they knew about autism at all, it was from the movie Rain Man. My younger son was diagnosed a year after Alex was, and I think that what is amazing to me is how mainstream autism is now, because in part because of the amazing awareness campaign that Autism Speaks has launched. It really is a household word, which is really important because now 1 in 150 children are being diagnosed with autism.
Many volunteers at the event have a personal connection to the cause.
My son is 5 now, but when he was 4.5, he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. It's a form of high-functioning autism.
Well, my brother can't talk. Here he is right here. And, well, it's just I'd like to see him talk one day.
Now the Rider University cheerleaders are here, encouraging the walkers as they come through the finish line.
I think it's a great thing to do to support everybody. Personally, I'm a special education minor and elementary ed major, so autism is a big part of the whole field, so I would love to keep supporting everybody.
The chair of the walk says Autism Speaks has recently turned to addressing adult issues with those who have autism.
Because we're all aging. Like my daughter, when we first moved here to Mercer County, she was 2 years old. And there are a lot of people here in that same situation. So, but you saw we had a great day. We had a beautiful turnout. We had 115 teams at least. We raised over $125,000 before the checks that came in today. So it's a great day and a wonderful way of raising money for this cause.
Now, autism receives less than 5% of the research funding of other less prevalent childhood diseases. The walkers today hope to change that statistic. At Mercer County Community College, I'm Nicholas Balsi, Channel 20, News at Rider.
Pet therapy was on campus this past week. I was able to find out the details on the pets. This past Wednesday was not only Halloween on Rider's campus, but also Pet Therapy Day. The Rider University Counseling Center sponsored the event. Erica Munger explained to us what was going on.
Every semester we do an event called Pet Therapy. It is with Pet Therapy International. All of the dogs here are certified as pet therapy dogs. They come out, it's for the kids to enjoy. I know that it gets stressful around midterms, so it's for the students kind of to just relax, pet the dogs. Maybe they have dogs at home that they miss, so this is a chance for them to just have some fun. We get a great reaction from the students. A lot of them are very excited. You see them, the reactions with the dogs. It's great.
Not only students came in costume, demonstrating the Halloween spirit. The dogs are all certified therapy pets.
Emma's had 16 weeks of obedience, and then after that she was evaluated by both Therapy Dog International and Therapet, and to see if she could make it through hospitals and assisted living facilities and those kinds of places without having any problems, and she did. The one thing we had to do that she didn't know how to do was climb steps and ride elevators. She visits with 2 assisted living facilities twice a week, and she goes to 2 different hospitals here in the Trenton area, one at Capital Health Systems at Mercer and Robert Wood Johnson in Hamilton. And then on Friday afternoon, she's at the Princeton Public Library where the kids read to her. She's a reading therapy dog also.
Students said they felt better after spending time with the animals.
I live really far from home, and I haven't seen my dog since school started, so I felt like my dog was with me here.
For the News at Rider, this has been Kelly Dixon. Coming up in sports this weekend, the men's soccer team will be at home and will take on the Niagara Purple Eagles at 3 p.m. on Friday. Also at 3, the women's soccer team will be at Iona for their matchup. The volleyball team will be playing at home against Iona. The first game will be in Iona at 1 p.m. on Saturday, and the Bronx will be home for the Sunday matchup at 1 p.m. The women's soccer team will be away against Fairfield on Sunday, while the men's team will be playing Canisius at home at 1 p.m. And now a look at this weekend's weather forecast. Friday will be sunny with a high of 58. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 59. Sunday will be mostly cloudy with a high of 57. And Monday will be all sun with a high of 61. From all of us here at Channel 20, we would like to wish the Rider community a fun and safe weekend. We'll see you next time.